We rise together. We build together. We grow together. We scale forever. Start with a spark now. It's fire in our hands. Dreams into numbers. Building empires on demand. Traffic is flowing. The leads never fail. Health, wealth, success. It's all in the scale. Scale, scale, scale. Rise up high and never fail. Scale, scale, scale. From the vision to the trail. Scale, scale, scale. Every profit, every sale. We're one. We're strong. Together we belong. Scale, scale, scale.
Well,
Hello,
hello.
good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being on this live today. Matt Serralta, co-founder and Groove, here with Sonia today.
Welcome, welcome. We're so excited to give you good news. And hello, say something, Matt.
So, look, the first thing I'm going to say is it feels super, super weird to do a live without Mike today. Almost feels wrong. Unfortunately, Mike is not. Mike's mom is not doing very, very well. I think Mike kind of gave us an idea of how difficult things were. And today we're being very supportive of Mike, as is with his mom at her bedside and trying to keep her company and be there for her. And that's exactly where we want Mike to be. So unfortunately, on that front, things are a little bit difficult. Personally, I'm saying a lot of prayers and thought for Mike and his family, and they're going through some very difficult time. So we wanted to share that with you guys, and also let you know that also, this was a week that we were going to start the SCALEATHON, but for sure we don't want to do the SCALEATHON without Mike. And so there's going to be a little bit of delays there in terms of all these wonderful and incredible things that we had planned for you guys and we had in store. We're going to demo all of the new product one by one and do a very long, very detailed demo on how to use them and show you guys how powerful these products are. But unfortunately, it is going to happen, but I want to do it with Mike. Sonia wants to do it with Mike. So that's going to be a little bit delayed in that process.
Yes, I know we have good news for everyone, but at the same time, we know we are supporting Mike, and he's gonna be fine. We're just gonna keep praying for him and for his family. But now I do believe that we have so much going on right now, so many great news for you guys. So we're going to team up right now to keep this movement, because it's really, I can't wait to see all that is coming up. And I love the ideas that we have in place, Matt.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with maybe a little bit of the boring stuff, and then we're going to go into a little bit of the cooler stuff. So number one, a quick agenda for what's to come this week. Tomorrow, we are going to do the update on courses.gg. And that's going to happen tomorrow with John Garcia. He's going to come on and show you guys all the great features that have been added to courses.gg. So that's happening tomorrow around lunchtime. And then in the interim, we were thinking about what are things that our user would really, really love, right? And so we went through a lot of our backlog of requests. And one thing that we've seen over and over and over from our users is they're asking us, how can I be successful promoting product online? What can I do to get more sales and product and make money promoting product online? So Sonia has got a ton of experience in direct sales and direct marketing. She's grown a team of thousands of people in selling product, and she kind of had the bug there where she wants to start doing a lot of that on the internet as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no. And I was thinking that, having the tools is so important because we provide in all the software, but we want to make sure how to use it. So I'm the first one who want to learn. So yes.
So starting Thursday, we're going to start a 3-part series on how to promote product online, how to be successful as an affiliate, and how to earn money. Right? This is going to be done by Simon Leong, who's got a ton of experience in doing webinars and promoting product online, and he's going to be doing it along with John Garcia, and Sonia is going to be there as well, which also is going to share some of her experience and how to link all of this together to be able to do well. So we're going to cover some of the, we're going to try to cover everything from A to Z, right? How do you go first, trying to create a funnel? How do you create your bonuses? How do you create your presence on the internet? What can you do on Facebook? What can you do there? What can you do this? What can you do to sell as an affiliate product online? And we're going to start that on this mini series. It's going to be a 3-part series this coming Thursday as well. And even better, you guys are not going to be needed a product. We actually are probably going to use Groove as a test example and show you guys how to sell scale on the internet and how to get sale, right? How to get people to buy using your affiliate link, which is going to bring you recurring revenue, right? With those monthly subscription. And we're going to show you a bunch of ways you can do that and be successful promoting Groove, which is good for us, good for you guys, and good for the people that you're going to send to the Scale ecosystem. Can I get a little bit of feedback from the chat? Do you guys think that would be a very interesting course? And what do you think of the idea of, hey, learning how to sell as an affiliate on the internet? That's going to help you if you ever want to sell your product as well, and even how to promote Groove and start earning a little bit of money by doing that as well. Cool. So we're going to start that on Thursday. Now, news for today. As promised, we're releasing the apps. So I'm sure all of you have seen, as this was maybe not quite the smoothest rollout ever. One of the challenges that we had is we now know that you guys have access to, upward of 25 apps, and there's going to be probably more, as Mike mentioned, down the road. So with that said, it would be crazy to have 25 different logins, right? I got to remember my password for that one. I got to remember my password for this app. I got to remember impossible, right? Especially some of us don't use LastPass. Some of us want to make sure we have a different password for every single page. So what we did is we did this single sign-on system that Mike has mentioned. And so now, even if you log into Groove, you're going to go through the Scale Plus page. And there it's going to show you which apps are available to you guys, and you don't have to come back and sign on to every single page. The challenge, obviously, is to make sure that your Scale username of password is accepted everywhere and that we maintain the highest level of security. So this took a little bit of coding, obviously, and we kind of had to integrate that with Groove because we didn't want every users to have to reset their password. And as you guys know, we don't have access to anybody's password, right? So the trick was, how do we keep those tokens? How do we keep everything working and brings the technology we have in Groove to the other app? So I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm sure all of you have seen it. You're trying to log in and you now have a new screen. And here comes the next news. As a result of that, we now have, let me see if I can go ahead and set up a screen share. We did add a couple apps as a result of this. So I'm going to log in real quick.
While you do that, somebody's asking what happened to Mike. I don't know if you know, but his mom is going through his last time of her life. So we are trying to give him time for him to be spending time with the family. So, but he's going to be back soon. So,
Cool. Thank you, Sonia. So it doesn't matter where you come from, which app you're coming from. Even if you were to go through one of the apps that has been enabled today, if you go to the login, it's always going to bring you back to the Scale Plus login. And once you go there, you're going to be able to see all the applications that you have access to already. So I'm going to show you guys what we got going on, what we rolled out today. Maybe do a quick demo, because again, we're going to do a SCALEATHON and do a deep dive demo. So one of the things that's going to happen is that it might ask you to verify some of your information, and the reason it does that is so that we can populate that information to all of your app as well. So let me see. I accidentally logged in directly into. So much for trying to do a surprise there. Into let me see. I am not fully logged in, right? So by using one username and password, I'm able to go to any of the app, as you guys tell, right? I don't have to log in anymore. So I just logged into GrooveCell right now. I'm going to log out. And there we go. And I'm going to log back in one more time. And I'm going to show you that it doesn't matter where you come from. You are going to go through that dashboard. And there we go. This is a dashboard, right? So here you can see all of the apps that you have access to. You do not need to log in again. As of this morning on live, a few minutes before the live, we enabled the PipeLeads AI and CalendarBug. They work perfectly with a single login. As we go along, I am going to try, and I'm still doing some testing. There's a little bit of challenges there, but we're making sure everything is working properly. Today, we're going to try to also get out the funnel mapper.io that is being tested, and along with the TS docs, it's going to come out today. And I think we're going to be able to also do PipeLeads.ai. If it takes a couple more days, bear with us. But these are the next apps that I am working on with the dev team to do as part of the single sign-on. So super easy, right? Now you're here. You can see the apps that are available to you. And I tell you what, I'm going to show you guys just a couple quick apps, how they work. The calendar is very similar to Calendly. You can just click access your dashboard. If you do get, for any reason, and you shouldn't, a 404 page, go ahead and refresh your page, and it's going to go away. And as you can tell here, we brought in the company settings for when it asks you on your initial login. So here's the company name is Groove, right? It created a slug for you. A slug is going to be for any URLs that you use. Is going to use that as part of the URLs for your meeting links. So CalendarBug, cool app, right? The first thing I would do to use it is, and if you don't know exactly what it does yet, don't worry about it. I'm going to, as I do the demo, it's going to make more and more sense. But the first thing I would do is go over to integration, connect my Google Calendar. Super easy. It's just a few steps. And choose whichever Google Calendar applies to you. And then as it connects, you're just going to have a confirmation screen, and like nothing else is going to happen at that point. If you have a Microsoft Outlook calendar, you can do the same thing. You can go ahead and connect it in just a couple of clicks. And as use your username and password on Microsoft, and it's going to connect your calendar over to Microsoft. So I'm going to go back to our dashboard here. And then one of the cool features that we have is you now have a copy of your calendar. So here I can see all of my meetings. It's kind of basic, right? You would tell me so far, hey, why wouldn't I use, Google Calendar to do that? But I kind of felt like it would be nice to have within that application as well. You can create an event, select a conference room, whatever you want to do. The next step is for you to be able to give a link so that people can schedule a meeting. is to spend a couple moments setting up your availability, right? Here you get to decide kind of like your work rules, right? If you could say, hey, I like to work every day from 9 to 5. That's when I'm able to take meetings. That's how my calendar is set up now, right? So I got 8 hours of meetings. Maybe on Friday, I want to catch up on my email. I want to get things done. So I'm not going to meet any later than say, I don't know, 3 p.m. Now my availability is 9 to 3 p.m. on the Friday. And maybe every Wednesday morning, I might have to go to pickleball. And I'm lying. I would never do that. I don't want to break my bones. But if you want to do that, you can now say, hey, all right, here's my new availability. I'm available from 9 to 5 on Monday, available Tuesdays, 12, blah, blah, blah. And then if you want to work on Saturday, check that one on. If you don't want any meeting on Saturday, you can check it off. Then we added some pre-made dates to make your life a little bit easier. So it's only the US really, but you can say, hey, I want to block out Christmas Day, Black Friday, Thanksgiving. And so by doing so, now nobody's going to be able to schedule on these dates. If you have a birthday and you're like, you know what, on October 24th, I don't want to work because it's my birthday. If you want to write birthday, you can do that. Or you can even set custom hours, right? You have for whatever reason, a different schedule on that day, you can do that. And then you get to set up some advanced option if you choose to do so. Like how much time do you want before a meeting, right? I want at least 15 minutes in between meetings. I want at least 18 hours notice or 2 days notice so that people cannot book 1 minute before. Buffer after each meeting, I need a 25-minute break. People can only book within 60 days and so on and so on. You can kind of set the rule of the game here. In a room screen, here you can set up your whatever you use for your meeting room. So say here you have a Zoom link that you use. You can set it up here, put your URL, you save it, and you get something like that. And all it is really, it's going to be the default meeting room. And then that's where the fun begins. You can create meetings. By creating meetings, you just kind of set up your rules. So here, say for example that you have a 1-hour meeting. Excuse me, or let's call it something better, right? Onboarding call. Onboarding call. Say to set up automation, and you name it like that, so that everybody knows that this is what the call is all about, right? A call about the automation for the widget. You can obviously, if it's going to be a 1-hour call, we're going to set that up for 1 hour. The location, you can take any of your saved rooms. So here I'm going to use the rooms that we saved. Called Zoom meetings. That way it's got my link automatically, but you can choose to override the link or use a different room. You can give it a color, just, and right now we don't have the ability to charge for a meeting, but I will set that up here. Within about 10 days, you'll be able to ask the customer to enter a credit card number for scheduling the meeting. If you want to do some specific override for that meeting, maybe the onboarding is so difficult, you need so much more of a break, you can go ahead and add a buffer. You can set up your maximum booking per day. Like I don't want to do more than 2 of these meetings a day and so on. And then boom, you can create your meeting type. This will give you here's our onboarding meeting. This is now with a big spelling mistake. And it's going to give you a link. You can share that link, you can copy it. And here, for example, if I click preview, well, it's going to go ahead and pull my schedule. I don't know if you remember, but we said that I was going to be off on the 14th. So it's not even offering it. And since I had where's the 14th? So whichever day I had pick is not there anymore. I think it was the 24th. Yeah, I had taken, I don't know if that was my birthday on the 24th. So it's not available there. On the 17th, there's only 17 slots because I got probably some meeting already scheduled. And then look at that, it doesn't show the Saturday and Sunday. If you connect both your Outlook calendar and a Google Calendar, it's going to combine both of them into one set of availability. So here, I want to book a meeting at 1:30, and my name is Sonia. My email is sonia@sonia.com. Maybe we're not going to use that. I'm going to use one of my email because that's not good for us when something goes to spam, gmail.com. And then There we go. And here, additional message. Hey, looking forward to meeting with you. And guess what, guys? This is now in your Google Calendar. What does that mean? That now if I try to book a meeting again on the 17th, it's going to be that slot is no longer going to be available. And it's going to show in several places. It's going to show in, so here, it's like I am the user, right? I'm not necessarily the platform owner. So platform owner is going to be able to see it here in book meeting. As you can tell, I was testing this software quite a bit. With different email address, I can see all my upcoming meeting at different times. And also the meeting is now going to be on my calendar here, right? If I remember right already, I forgot. I think I booked for the 17th. And here's more information about the meeting, right? Onboarding call setup with Sonia. And it is in your Google Calendar. Now, if you got people scheduling meetings all the time, and I were to open that link again, then obviously that date is no longer going to be available for that meeting, and that slot is no longer there. So that's your calendar software. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here to see if I have any questions. There's a bunch. I kind of went over the general. There's some cool stuff we're going to be able to do with it. It is 100% connected to the PipeLead CRM. And I think I'll be able to show you that to you guys as well in a couple of minutes here, so that when a meeting is scheduled, it actually shows up on the CRM. And you do that by going to integration, configure, and you put in an address that you will pick up from PipeLead, and boom, it's connected. I love it. Super simple. So now in your CRM, you can also schedule, manage your meeting with your customers. All right, guys, let me see. I'm going to hide my screen here so we don't have too much repeating feedback. Whoops, I almost left. So what do you guys think about this app?
I love it.
Okay, cool. And for those of you that were trying to using during the demo instead of paying attention, guess what? It's on purpose. It's going to work as soon as we hang up. Pay attention. And I'm not talking to Brad. All right, guys. So now you have the ability hey, at least you don't have a Calendly subscription anymore. And I think it's got all of the features that Calendly has. And yes, so let me take some of the question here. A comment from Amy. Thank you so much, Amy. I like how streamlined it is too. And guys, if you guys have ideas and things that can make it better, if I feel like it could serve the whole community, I'd be happy to program that, I think, if it's not super crazy. But more importantly, if I think it would really benefit the entire community, I'm open to do that. Do you guys think it would be a good idea to be able to bill customer upon booking a meeting? Is that a feature that you guys think are important? Brad is asking, can you block out, say, a couple hours in the morning and a couple in the afternoon? Yeah, you can do that. Well, you have several ways of doing it. One is you can use the availability feature, where you can say, hey, every Thursday morning I'm not working, every Friday morning I'm not working. But here's another trick. You can go to Google Calendar and block a group of time and say, hey, busy. And the calendar is going to know you already have something booked there. So that's probably even an easier way to do it, right? So you have access to your calendar. You can, if you have a dentist appointment, you add it to your calendar, and automatically CalendarBug is going to know that this time slot is not available. So the answer is yes. Text reminder. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'll get working on that. That's actually part of. I got a few, just a couple more things on the roadmap for the software. One is indeed text reminders, right, and text meeting confirmation, the ability to text cancel, and creating the payment gateway so that you guys can accept payment for the meetings. Okay, guys. Should we move on and maybe do a super quick demo as well of the PipeLead software and all the features that it's got? So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. If I don't, I'm doing all kinds of things. I'm inviting people. Oh, is my screen shared now? Okay, cool. So again, the beauty about, one more question. What about look busy? Setting slots, yeah, you can totally do all of that. No, don't want to do that. I almost hung up on everybody. So now let me go to PipeLeads. I'm already logged in, right? So it should start very easily. Software is 100% set up. Instead of from your initial login, instead of teaching you how to use it, I'm going to show you maybe a case study on something that could be done, right? And right now I was setting my PipeLeads for Invoicer GG to make sure that I can look at all the customers and everyone that needs to be able to process credit card using Invoicer GG. And I have to take a very good look at everyone that registers to make sure that nobody is using the program in a fraudulent way. So what I did is I created a pipeline, right? It's a series of events that's going to happen, right? A pipe, think of it as a regular pipe. The customer is going throughout the journey from one place to the end of it. And so initially we have a new customer. So the first status that you're going to have in the pipe is typically new, right? And then I'm going to close that just for invoicer payment. I'm going to call it just for now, just for the sake of showing you guys how it works. And then says a name here is going to be, I receive an application. So to the customer, we just tell them, hey, accept Visa, MasterCard. To me, it could be a little bit of an application where I want to make sure that, hey, the person is not, is indeed selling real product, is not using the software for a reason that it shouldn't be, right? So one of the steps here that I'm going to have to do is review maybe his website and see that he's really selling product, right? My next step here is going to be I'm trying to get to, I usually work on a much bigger screen, making things a little bit easier. Okay, review website, right? And then let me see, here we go. And then after I review the website, maybe I'm going to want to look at say somebody's that we're going to say, oh, this is very high risk for whatever reason. After reviewing, maybe let's just say, it's somebody that wouldn't fall within the typical category. Maybe somebody that is selling a product such as credit repairs that we would identify as being a high risk. So in a particular case like that, I would want to do underwriting and make sure it's a real credit repair company. And then maybe for a credit repair company, I would say, hey, I really want to sign an agreement with these guys to make sure we're on the same page on what they can and cannot do. And then that's it, right? So I would create my pipe like this, showing what the customer journey is going to be throughout the entire process. So I'm going to go to my lead and I'm going to let you guys see what the pipe looks like now. First, we have a new customer. This can be linked to, guess what, your calendar app. If you go here, right, and you click on integration, go to CalendarBug, and you can say, hey, I want every new meeting to be sent as a new customer to, right, I called it by default a CalendarBug, but you can call it anything you want, and I want it to be assigned to any default user. Now, all I got to do at this point is to pick up this URL, okay? And then since I don't have to log in, it doesn't even bother me to show it to you guys really quick because it's so fast. Go to CalendarBug and go to integration. And then what I'm going to say, this one is already linked to another account because I'm really using, it doesn't matter. I'm going to pick that up, paste it here. Okay, and update my configuration. That's it. That's simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that meeting links to you guys real quick. So maybe some of you can book a meeting and we'll be able to see it in action live. So let me see. This is our Sonia meeting. I'm just going to pick it up from the URL, right? And can I drop that here somewhere as a comment? So that you guys if somebody wants to try to book a meeting, everybody's going to see your information. So heads up, okay? Don't put any personal information. And so now all my new leads are going to come here. This can be a scheduled meeting. This could be a lead coming from your Groove website. It could be a lead coming from a form. Wherever you get your lead from is going to first go into new. And I am under, let me see, where is, too many tabs open already. Okay, so I'm sure we're going to start seeing some leads here coming in. Anybody try to book a meeting yet? I'm going to create one manually at the meantime. So today's that would be title could be anything that would work for you. So for example, integrate. We said credit card processing. So I'm credit repair company. And where did I get the lead? You can enter the information if you choose to do so, or you don't need to. You can put a lead value, which is going to help you estimate how much money you may earn from that lead. You don't have to do that; doesn't really matter. But if you do, it's kind of a requirement. It kind of helps you build a pipeline of how much money you're going to make. You can add a name here. So, for example, I can say, "Hey, the credit repair company is Mr. Repairman." Actually, let's make it a little bit easier for everybody to read. So I'm going to call it John Doe. So we see stuff at the right place, and john@doe.com. And there we go. And do we have a number for John? There we go. So, and if he has a company, you can add a company and so on and so on. Give it even the more data, always the better. Oh, and the type, right? So in that case, it's new business. And there we go. Okay, now we got everybody that created a bunch of meetings there. I'm going to be Brad. I should have known. And Mr. John Doe is right here. So as you can tell, everybody that set up a meeting here in the calendar showed up here. But I'm going to go first after, well, let's see Brad. Brad has been wanting to meet for a while. So Brad, I'm going to take a look at your application. I open it up and I'm going to say, okay, what do we got? Well, in this particular case, because it's a meeting, I can see we're meeting on the 17th. There's also a calendar here that is going to populate, but all the information is right here. I'm actually going to work this afternoon on making this look a little bit nicer, like line by line. But I think you booked for the 17th of October at 9 a.m. Okay, now, one thing that you guys have to do is make sure to go over to setting and set up your time zone. If not, things get a little bit confusing. So I'm going to take a look at Brad's website, and I'm going to say, okay, I got all the information I need. I've got his name, his address. Of course, for us in Invoicer.gg, I collect a little bit more information that you're being asked during the application process, such as, where are we going to deposit the funds for all the credit card payments that you receive? What's your address? What's your phone number? What's your business name? Your EIN number? All that stuff that I'm legally required to ask. And all that information gets populated right here. And I can make a note too, which is super cool. Just go to notes, and I can say Brad is here for all lives. Thank you. I mean, live webinars and things like that. And I got an error. I'll have to figure out what's going on. But maybe because sometimes over-testing the accounts. So anyway, once I review Brad's website, I can say, hey, he's now in review status. So now when you look at all of your leads at a glance, and I should have made those on default, you have an idea of what's going on with everybody. For example, Sultan is in underwriting. Me, I'm in the application process, and John Doe is a new customer. And you can actually prioritize who you're going to work with first, right? It's pretty easy. Is a person that's on top is a person that you got to go to next. So if all of a sudden Brad calls you and says, Matt, I've been waiting 3 days for you to get back over to me, I can move that over to the top. And then the rest of my team, everybody sees, hey, Brad is now my next priority as a person I got to take care to about. And then it goes over each process. Brad is now in underwriting, and then we can decide if I want to send a contract to Brad. If say I send it to him, now I'm in contract. That means I know Brad received the contract. And then two things are going to happen. Either I lost Brad as a customer, womp, 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 or I want Brad as a customer, in which case I'm going to move him here and give the system an idea of how much is Brad's worth in business, right? So say Brad is worth $5,000, then he's going to build that amount into my pipeline, into my projection and all that kind of stuff. And now we got Brad here worth $5,000. Okay, so some of the cool features, and I'm just going to do one more second. I just want to give you guys a quick idea of how this works. We're going to do a super deep dive into this product. Some of the cool features, you can set up a bunch of workflow, right? So you can say, for example, every time a certain things happen, I want to email the participant. So for example, say Brad is going over to underwriting. I could do something like underwriting rule, right? And here I would say every time a customer is moved to underwriting, send underwriting email or underwriting template. That's why you guys get a lot of messages from all of your providers, right? So every time, say the lead is updated, and the condition is that it's true that now the lead is now in a stage of is equal to underwriting, right? There it is. Then the action is going to be send an email and so on. Send email to person, and then you're going to choose which template, etc., etc. So now, as you move your cards along from left to right, you don't have to type up an email all the time and say, hey, you're now in underwriting, right? The simple motion of moving Brad over to underwriting means Brad is now going to receive an email that says, hey, you are now in underwriting. We're doing this and that. Please click this link to review this agreement. So that's the idea behind the CRM. And we are also looking at adding the features for texting within the CRM as well. And we're gonna add the DocuSign within the CRM. So now you get to CRM, you have the ability to see your meeting coming straight to the CRM through the scheduler. And next we're gonna do the actual DocuSign. So it's a quick demo, guys. If you're gonna use this software, I need you to spend a couple minutes in the settings, okay? The one feature I haven't really tested in great deal of details is users, because I know we've changed the logging system. So I don't think that even if you create as many users as you want, I don't think it's going to handle it properly now. So heads up. But you have cool stuff like, make sure to go through here and set up your time zones and different things like that. That's super important. If not, you're not going to be enjoying the system as much as you can. Okay, as a time zone is actually part of when you go to settings, over to tenant settings, make sure to set up time zone. Okay, because if you have one time zone of the calendar app, you're gonna know the time zone here. You're gonna be like, this app is all jacked up and it's not working right. And that's one thing that I was being challenged with myself when I created the code. It's like, why were my meeting coming at the wrong time? And I realized I need to synchronize the time zone between the two. You can add products. I mean, all kind of features here for you guys to play with. And here you get a quick overview of what's going on. Obviously, we haven't won any business. I just started this instance just a few minutes ago. So I'm going to go back to you guys and see if you have any questions.
Yeah, we have Lisa here asking, are you able to add our own domain to the calendar app?
No, I didn't even think about that. But it would be fairly easy to code. The problem is always the same, right? Is always how do you point the domain to the calendar app, and we're gonna have to do something similar to Groove, and that's requiring a little bit more support. Is that something that's very important to you, that it would be branded under your domain name?
I don't know, Lisa is asking this, so I don't know.
Yeah, so connect any email. Yeah, so right now we have IMAP that's available, so you can connect just about any SMTP system, since I got corrected on the last slide by Brad, and I agree with him. For email going out, you can connect your SMTP. For email coming in, you can connect IMAP. And we are more than likely going to work with Tiny Email to get this integration going. But again, the CRM is not designed to send 200,000 email at a time, right? It's designed to send transactional email. If you want a marketing platform, that's why you got Groove, right? And Groove Mail and Tiny Email. So right now we're supporting regular SMTP on IMAP.
All right. When can we start using the calendar? Is it available now to use?
Yeah, if you're a lifetime member, or if you're a Scale Plus, or if you're both, it is absolutely available to you. You do not have to be a Scale Plus customer to have access to those two apps that we rolled out today. However, the PipeLeads that's coming out a little bit later, which not the PipeLeads, so that's going to be the PipeLead Finder, the one where we find all of the leads. And we got a bunch of instructions on how to use it because it's such a complicated app, but it's absolutely an incredible app. This app, you're going to need to be a Scale Plus member to have access to it. And that's going to roll out today. If it's grayed out, then you can choose to become a member. Lifetime members, again, has got a special deal and a special click within their platforms they can go to and have access to it today. Those two calendar apps are available to all of Groove lifetime members already and all Scale Plus users. And it's going to be the same for the funnel that's coming out later today and the Doc app. Anybody else got any question for me? Did you guys like the app? Can I get a little bit of feedback now that we saw it in action? Kenny says he doesn't have access to PipeLeads. Yeah, that does not make any sense, Kenny. I don't know why. You might be out of luck there. I'm just kidding. Email me, matt@groovedigital.com. I'll take a look into it. I'm not really sure how it's possible because we configure a profile, so I'll have to take a closer look. Are you sure you used the same email with Groove to log in? It's the only thing I can think of. If not, maybe there's a configuration problem and you discovered a new thing that I got to work on.
All right. So, yeah, we have also Dean is asking, how do you get access to these two apps?
Who is asking?
Dean, right here.
Dean, are you a lifetime member of Groove? If not, you just need to purchase Scale Plus and you will have access to these two apps. Right now, they're available for lifetime members and not open to the public yet until we have our launch. But if you are dying to use them, write me, matt@groovedigital.com, and we'll work something out for you.
Great. And remember, we only have until the end of this month to get the special for.
Yeah, I like this. This is what I was trying to do. But again, if internet lady, if people start asking me, can I use my own domain? And can I do texting? And can I connect it to an email? And can I do this and that? That's how we end up adding more and more feature and we get more and more complex. And that's where I'm trying to find the right balance, right? For the calendar app, I really struggled whether should I let people use their own domain? But with that comes, now you got to verify the domain, you got to connect to Cloudflare. And is that really something good that I'm doing for my users or not, right? Or am I making this app more complex? Because I think you can put a meeting link anywhere and it works, right? So this is my challenge every day, is what feature do I add that will make our user happy, but is not going to make 200 more users being like, oh, I do this, right? I feel like, and I could be wrong, right? Having your own domain just to schedule a meeting doesn't feel to me like it's the absolute most important thing because you can put this button anywhere. But maybe I don't think of a situation or a use case that would be extremely useful, in which case we might need to looking at doing it as well. Okay, for all of the lifetime member to which the apps are not showing, just wait till a few minutes after the end of the lab, they will show, okay? I promise you guys. I'm more worried about the person where one app was showing and not the other. Is that one? I really have no idea what's happening. But for you guys, give me an hour after the live and email me, matt@groovedigital.com, or you can email John as well, jgarcia@groovedigital.com. We'll help you out. We'll work through that. I'm trying to release all of this app as well, so I'm pretty busy, I can say. Plus, remember, Mike, unfortunately, is not here with us, so talking about being busy has been crazy. Any other question, guys? Thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate the comment. I really appreciate it. We're doing a lot of cool things, and wait till you see that PipeLead, that lead finder app is absolutely incredible, and then the app, the click campaign is off the chart, right? This is going to be the best app ever. Unfortunately, I want Mike to demo it. I could not even pretend to be able to demo it like he does because there's just click campaign is my favorite app of all. I just want to mention it while I'm here. And that's about it. Zoe is asking, how many calendar can you connect to? So right now you can connect to one Google Calendar and one Outlook calendar. I already have the API connected. I could let people add 10 Google Calendar if I want to. I'm just debating whether I want to up the level of complexity, to be honest. But personally, for me, it would be useful, right? I got a calendar with Groove Digital. I got a personal calendar going on. I got a calendar with GroovePay. I got another calendar with Groove Card. I'm sure I'm going to have one with ScaleGG coming up here shortly, and so on and so on. So I can see the utility of connecting multiple calendars. So maybe I'm going to roll that out in the next couple of weeks.
I love it. And can you tell us about tomorrow? I want to hear what we're going to have tomorrow.
So tomorrow is going to be the courses.gg updates, right? The devs that are really working really hard at work, are hard at work adding a bunch of new features to courses.gg. Tomorrow we're going to deep dive about an hour and a half. So if you are course.gg, show up tomorrow. If you are not, you don't need to, but you should really come and check it out because it's pretty incredible what we can do with courses.gg right now.
So we have John here. Your microphone is off.
Thank you.
It was a grand appearance, but a very quiet one.
Yes, I was just talking to myself, but hey, guys, very excited about tomorrow, and thank you, Sonia, for bringing it up. We're gonna have, I would probably say, an hour and a half of presentation because we do have a lot of updates to go through. I was talking to our developers just a few hours ago, and all the changes, all the updates are gonna be tomorrow at 1 p.m. So same place. We're gonna be here in YouTube, in the Facebook group, and of course the recordings will be available when we finish after a few minutes. So very exciting to have you, Sonia. I know is your first or second time maybe talking to our customers, so it's amazing to change the pace and see a new face. Within the group, it's great to have you around. So you bring a different level of energy. So that's great. And yeah, so just get ready for tomorrow, guys. And Matt, I don't know if you have anything else to actually add to. Sonia, what do you think of the apps? Is that something that it will use in your industry? Well, we all know are learning about what you do professionally before you came to join Groove. And I know that those tools will be great for what you do with Mary Kay. And I know a lot of your people will probably use them.
Yes. No, I'm so excited. I think that just the calendar, I'm excited about it, but Courses GG, I think it's going to be amazing. I can wait to learn about it. So this is all new. I know it's a lot for me, but I'm learning and I'm so excited because I think I can use that and I can share it with my organization, of course.
Great. All right, guys, I'm going to bounce off so you can actually do the closing. Matt, I'll see you around. Sonia, have a great day and see you tomorrow, guys.
Okay. You mute.
Hey, you guys were lucky. Stephanie is asking what is happening with Groove.ai. We did a big report about it on the last webinar last week. Basically, we're retiring Groove.ai, but for something so much better that you're going to have access to if you are a lifetime member of Groove.ai. There's now going to be an application called Click Campaign and a bunch of other apps that's going to come up that are only going to be for the Groove AI lifetime member or people that are members of Scale Plus. So a lot of good news for the Groove AI guys. You guys scored very big as well.
Yes. All right.
All right. Well, Sonia, thank you so much for this. It's got to be feeling a little bit different that we're doing this under these conditions. But again, guys, thank you so much for coming today. Thank you for directing your thoughts towards Mike and his family and his mom. And things will be back to normal here shortly, I'm sure. And thank you for being supportive. You're going to see more and more apps just come on like ding, and so come back and check your scale logins every day, and you're just going to see more stuff come up. So a lot of cool stuff coming your way. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. Thank you, everybody, for your time. And by the way, these apps, we're going to keep expanding them, right? It's just a big ways of doing something really, really cool.
We're scaling with Groove. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Hey,